You learned how to be a better public speaker in my first 4-minute video. It's obviously important to know what to do in a presentation. It's also important to know what not to do. In this video, you'll learn the 7 deadly sins of public speaking. Some of them are based on assuming that you're using a presentation program such as PowerPoint. Sin number 1, jargon and acronyms. Every field, every specialty has their own buzzwords, jargon, and acronyms. The biggest mistake a speaker can make is to use them assuming that everyone in the audience knows what they are. Trust me, they don't, and they'll be too polite to ask. So you end up confusing your audience rather than communicating with them. Sin number 2 is using a font that's too small to read even in the front row. It's amazing, but people still do it. If you've got that much text crammed on the slide, you're sort of missing the whole point. The PowerPoint isn't the presentation. You are the presentation. You need to show your level of expertise, which does not come from having too much detail on the slide that you end up reading. The slide is to assist you, short bullet points in what to say. The presentation is not a standalone handout with all the text built within the slides. Sin number 3 is similar, but it's using graphics that are too detailed to read or make out, even in the front row. You can't just copy something from a marketing or sales document and think it works in PowerPoint. It often doesn't. Simplify it. Use simple graphics. Sin number 3 is talking to the screen, often because you have too much text and you need to read it. But a lot of people will face sideways. They're facing and talking to the screen most of the time. They're not really talking to the audience. You don't need to build empathy with the screen. You need to build empathy with the audience, and you need to do that by facing them and speaking to them. Place your computer or a monitor between you and the audience, so you face the audience and you can still see what's on your slides without having to turn around. Sin number 5 is reading your slides. Some of these are kind of similar. If you've got so much text on your slide that you end up reading, you're going to be talking to the audience. And also, if you're reading your slides, it shows you don't have the expertise. Number 6, which was similar to what I covered in the first video, this one's the sin though, it's filler sounds, the ums, the uhs, and everything. Record yourself and you'll see whether you're doing that or not. And number 7 is, this one's kind of rare, but I've seen it, reading your paper, especially at a technical conference. You're the expert who wrote the paper. You obviously know the subject. People want to hear you. They want to hear the backstory, what's not in the paper, what was involved in creation of the topic kind of routine. So there you go, 7 common deadly sins. I hope you found this helpful. See you next time.